Hi, I'm Sean Nelson, and this summer I had a great internship experience at a wonderful little business called Computer Nerds. My position at Computer Nerds was to be an intern nerd, which is basically the same thing as a actual nerd, except I don't get any in-field experience and I don't get paid. My mentor's name was Mr. Robin, and some other adults that I worked with were Tasha and Jake, and they were very helpful when I was confused or didn't know what to do. And they got me started and comfortable with the whole environment of the place. So they were really helpful. Um, Basically, as an intern, I would get to Computer Nerds at a specific time, which I had arranged with my mentor. And after arriving at work, I made sure that everything, my uniform and everything was in check. And I immediately got to work. I checked in. I asked if there was anything I could be helpful with. And depending on my answers, I would do whatever people asked me to do. And at Computer Nerds, it was very relaxed, not too tense. So whenever I walked into the shop, there was usually something for me to do, but if not, there was always something that I knew that I could learn. Um, my internship, uh, my internship really it didn't compare with what I thought it was going to be. I had originally believed that my internship would be more of a demanding, hard-working, serious environment, which is not a bad thing, and which is actually what I was somewhat looking for. And not to say that my actual internship experience wasn't demanding or hardworking, but it was a lot more relaxed and comfortable than I thought it would be, and that was very good for me because I really like to be comfortable with whatever I'm doing. So, luckily for me, I was comfortable, and I had a really great experience. Some of my goals were being at Computer Nerds. I was really hoping that I would be able to master, not really master, but to get more comfortable with using Windows or PC. And Windows is something that I do not use a lot in my home, and my Mac uses primarily Apple, or my family uses primarily Mac or Apple products. So it was interesting to get to work with the PCs and getting used to them and having people teach me how to use them. And I wasn't completely uneducated with PCs because we use them at school for the most part, but it was just the more technical side of computers was really interesting to get to know with PCs rather than Mac. I think my greatest accomplishment was my relationships that I had with the people there, with my mentor and with my fellow coworkers. I got to be really good friends with some of the guys. There was some other interns that were really friendly and great to get to know. And I feel that my greatest accomplishment was getting those connections that may or may not last a lifetime. So I was off to a great start. So I did learn a lot about my strengths and weaknesses. I find that once again I get uncomfortable fairly quickly, but as I do something routinely, and as I do something and I get used to it, then I become more comfortable with it. And I actually like to work in a professional environment because I find myself to be someone that is serious when it comes to getting down to the nitty-gritty of any kind of work. So being in this professional environment, even though it was more laid back than I thought it would be, was really nice because I got to see the contrast of serious and professional faces of the people at the workplace, and then the more laid back, relaxed versions of the people at my workplace. So that was really, really fun and interesting to get to experience. Um, and I learned a lot about computers. I really did. I learned a lot about repairs, a lot of things that I retained that I am able to remember and keep up to this moment in time. I really appreciate my mentors for being helpful and just overall supportive, even if I made mistakes or didn't know what I was doing at times. They were always helpful and nice and really directive. I really felt confident um, when I knew that I was doing the right thing. And for anyone that's interested in anything to do with computers, I absolutely recommend Computer Nerds to be a place that you intern at, because it's a really fantastic place. The people are great. The atmosphere, although it's kind of small, don't let that scare you away, because it allows for better and closer relationships with the people, and that in turn will allow you to get to know the equipment better and what the career will be like. I honestly think, regardless of how much music I'm involved with, I feel like as a career, computers, software engineering, computer science, whatever specific major that I'd be interested in college, um, I feel like that will all be revolved around computers, and this really helped me confirm that. So I'm really glad I did this internship.